now you got to be on cloud nine that whole week.
Oh, absolutely.
So in 1 year though, we go from not a limbs to a limbs.
Yeah.
You know, so you had those that everything's on the same day. Now you've had a whole week to just
digest that you're in the final.
Are you like nervous?
Oh,
Are
yes.
you enjoying it? But this has got to be an awesome week. Like you have the best horse in the race.
Yes.
Plain and simple.
Yes.
Like kind of, you know, we knew Ready for Money and Back of the Neck were good.
Good, yeah.
But
But everyone was talking about Ramona,
Yes.
the filly, and you know she was going to be the favorite.
You're the star.
We're the star.
Yes.
It felt good. I remember walking into the Meadowlands when the previous year with Pilot. You know, we're in it, but we're a long shot. We're not one of the favorites. We're not Green Shoe or one of the other favorites. But this time I'm walking into. I remember walking the Meadowlands. Mm-hmm. We've got the favorite for the Hambletonian.
Was there any thought of I've never won it, Tony's never won it, Andy's never won it?
No, I never didn't. That did not enter my mind.
Until now, yeah. Look at that. Yeah.
Look, Tony is an amazing trainer. He knows how to get the best out of the horse, and he knows how to train him and get them ready for the big races. You look at his record, and he's always has them ready for the big race. And she had a really good week. Tony said she's going to top of her game. She's going to give it to us. And Andy had a lot of confidence in her. You know, Andy, after she won the elimination, he said she may be the best horse I've ever sat behind.
And Andy at that point too, he had already won. This was race 11 or something. Yeah, so he had already won 4.
Yes.
Were you like, dude, Andy, slow down. Like, you got to leave one for me.
Yes.
Or
keep it
like,
going.
No, win them all.
Win them all. Keep it going. You're hot. You're hot.
So he's almost driving like he's invincible.
Oh, yeah. He had so much confidence in her.
He's probably at this point the hottest, most confident driver.
Yes.
And you got the hottest, most confident driver, the hottest, most confident horse. You got to be just like, let's roll.
Yes.
And you knew he was going to be a little bit more aggressive.
Oh, absolutely. He was not going to get in the same situation he did in the Atlantic.
It's funny when, in all sports, when you have, like, offensively, she's got incredible gate speed.
Yeah.
She's been locked up in a hole where she's been jammed up. Yeah. She can come from behind. She can trot a first quarter in 26 or back quarter. Your opponents are like, how are we going to beat her?
Yes.
Like, there's some horse, like last year I did a whole thing about every horse has his weakness.
Yeah.
And to put this horse in this situation, that's how you beat him. But Ramona didn't have one.
No, because she had done it. She had done it both ways.
So it's tough on your opponents to be like,
yeah.
I guess we got to bring 120% somehow.
And you know, when we wanted to win, you saw Andy was always aggressive. The Breeders' Crown, very aggressive drive. The Del Miller, aggressive drive. And so we're sitting there with a 5-hole, and it's like, okay, this is perfect.
Yeah.
We know on the inside, we know the outside, so Andy can do what he's got to do.
Whatever he wants to do, you know he's going to leave a little bit, and you know he's going to be aggressive.
Yeah. But at this point, when they were coming behind the case, probably, I don't think I've ever been so nervous watching a race. Oh, my goodness.
Where were you watching it? In the clubhouse?
No, I went outside.
You went outside?
Outside with John Fredera and Steve Weinig. In fact, we got a video of me screaming.
Down on the railbird,
We were up in the stands, but we were outside. I said, I'm watching this one outside.
Beautiful day. That's all you could ask for.
Oh, it's a gorgeous day.
You know, and it wasn't too hot. It was like mid-80s.
Yeah,
it was partly cloudy.
And they're off into running. The 3-year-olds are away with Amigo Hall trying to blast off with Dexter Dunn on the outside. 3:52 between horses. Big Oil's right there.
I was watching Andy. You look, Andy's looking on the inside. He's looking on the outside.
But Amigo Volo swoops down from post 10, and he's revved up early. And he's the loose leader as Big Oil goes off stride. Hollywood Story second around the first.
All you probably want to do is just get away clean.
Yes,
right?
Ramona Hill just floated away fourth on the outside and gaining. Ready for Money elimination winner on the inside. Fifth, Back of the Neck is 6 past the quarter. Then it's 2 lengths to Capricorn.
It was interesting because he tucked her in there and he pulled her out almost immediately after he saw.
Fast opening quarter, 26 and 2 and 3. 50.
Just a nice little.
Plants that long shot up front. Amigo Hall now back in the second spot. Ramona Hill is to make her move right now with Andy.
And I think too, talking with Andy after the race, he didn't want to brush her up so quick so that Ready for Money can.
Yes.
Like he wanted to just clear just before the turn.
That's it.
Which is a very strategic move when you're racing on.
And she was so good. You could send her straight to the front, or you could just grind her to the front. Very much like a European style race.
On the outside and gaining. So Hollywood Story back to fourth past the half. Ready for Money gets underway. Live cover fifth on the outside for Jingra.
And right about here is where the turn hits.
Yeah.
And just as she clears, and it almost forces Yannick to back off.
Yeah.
Because now he's just got to ride.
Rome pays off. The half was 54 and 3. Solid pace here. And now Ramona Hill by 3/4 of a length. Ready for Money's breathing down her neck on the outside.
At this point, I was yelling.
Threatening now third on the outside. 352 gives way on the inside. Capricornus looking for fourth on the outside and looking for more and gaining.
And then when Yannick kind of tucked in behind us,
you kind of knew.
I said, well, we got a shot. We've got a shot.
And 27 and 4, third quarter speed. Ramona Hill and Andrew McCarthy. They're clear by 2.5. Ready for Money. Takes dead aim on the outside, but he's full out. Back of the neck is third. Amigo Volo fourth. Ramona Hill. Andrew McCarthy 5 today. Ramona Hill takes the Hambletonian over Ready for Money. Back of the neck and Amigo Volo 150 and 1.
How's that?
It was, oh man, it was awesome. And then I looked up at the time and I go, wow, I think we just tied the fastest Hambletonian.
Yeah.
Actually tied Muscle Hills, 150 and 1.
Yeah.
But we knew she had it in her.
So, I mean, how many times have you watched that race? 4 million. That's
Yeah.
it. 4
I've watched it a lot.
Plenty
There's not a
times.
month that goes by where I don't watch it.
And, you know, I mean, listen, she had a fantastic run there between the British Crown and the Hamiltonian. You know, she wasn't able to come back at 4 like we all hoped.
Yeah.
Now she's a mommy. It is what it is.
It is what it is. But you know what people don't realize, after the Hamiltonian, she won like 4 or 5 in a row. She won we won the Zweig, we won the Elegant Image, and then her first hiccup was when we were in Lexington, when she finished second in the Bluegrass. We got nailed at the wire in the Bluegrass.
And that's when you kind of figured, well, it's a long season. It's probably catching up
Tony
to
goes, you know what? She's not 100%. And then the biggest disappointment was when she was in the futurity and she broke.
Yeah.
That one was a bit of a disappointment. And so at that point in time, we knew it had been a long season. We said, well, we got to try the Breeders' Crown.
Yeah.
And then she broke in the elimination of the Breeders' Crown. And we said, okay, that's enough for the year.
I knew, I mean, at that point, you're kind of spoiled, like, oh, man, we're not winning every race that she enters.
Yeah.
So then, fast forward to the next year, you owned a piece of Spy Booth.
I owned a piece of Spy Booth. I bought him with John Fielding, Marvin Katz, David Anderson, and I. And he was an expensive colt. We paid, I think, $400,000 for him.
Yeah, he was.
And he was a disappointment as a 2-year-old. And he just wasn't focused. The horse just wasn't focused. I think
he wore one of those big shadow rolls and things like that.
Yeah, something
right?
like that. Yeah. And then Nancy took over training as a 3-year-old, and then she was training him down. And she called us up one day, and she goes, "He's just not focused." She goes, "I think we should geld him.
Mm-hmm.
We got to turn him into a racehorse." So we said, "Look, that's what we want. We want a racehorse. At this point in time, we got to get him to be focused." So we gelded him, and then we started him back, and he was in he did okay, second and third and overnights and that kind of stuff, and then I think we finished second or third in the Reynolds. And
you could see he's
getting better.
He's getting better, getting better.
And Jimmy was pretty high on him, and then it was Nancy called up, and she goes, "Do we take a shot at the Hambo?"
Rock and roll.
And John Fielding goes, "I don't buy horses to race them in overnights. I want to be in the big race." So we said, "Okay, let's take a shot."
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember he went off at 8. I think it was 80 to 1. And he was flying up on the inside in the stretch and finished second. And I was excited.
Interesting stat from I don't remember it off the top, but he's the richest maiden in history.
Yes, exactly. He was the richest maiden
in history. And I think he did end up winning the Zweig.
He won the Zweig a couple weeks later.
So he was the richest horse to break his maiden.
Yes, I think he had made $400,000 before he broke his maiden.
Yeah.